getting down to the end. Our next presenters are persons who are recognized both nationally and internationally in their sports.
She has been a dominant force on Bermuda's running scene since she was 15 years old. She is a 5-time Bermuda Marathon Derby winner. She also holds the national record in 1,500 meters, and I've been made to understand her husband is a okay runner too.
He is General Secretary for the Bermuda Football Association and a FIFA CONCACAF match commissioner who officiated at the 2010 and 2014 FIFA World Cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ms. Ashley Aswanik and Mr. David Sabir.
Everyone. What a lovely introduction. Thank you so much for that. David and I are pleased to present tonight the recipients of the Citation Award. Let's take a look at the criteria.
Sports Citation Awards are presented to those individuals, teams, sports clubs, governing bodies, and companies who have distinguished themselves in sports development, both past and present. This award is open to all levels of achievement, participation, and/or contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the Sports Citation Awards.
The first recipient of the Citation Award has made tireless efforts toward the development of the sport of football.
The Pembroke Hamilton Club's history of football dates way back to 1957, and during that time linked up with another organization known as the Key West Rangers to develop their own football programs. Steeped in tradition, PHC has a history filled with championship successes. They have football programs in every division within the Bermuda Football Association and also have a women's team in the Futsal League that are current defending champions. PHC is not only interested in the athletic quality of their players, but their academic achievements as well. At present, they have over 15 players studying in colleges overseas and have remained committed to the outstanding development of their senior and junior players. To date, they have formed a foundation that has awarded over $150,000 to their players to develop their athletic and academic endeavors. Madam Minister, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is with honor that we tonight salute Pembroke Hamilton Club for their dedication to the sport of football.
This award tonight is received by Mr. Jonathan Ball, President of the Pembroke Hamilton Club.
Wow. First of all, to God be the glory, not just for this award, but for the progress that we're making at PHC. We're not just a football club, we're not just a cricket club, we're definitely a community club. So I definitely want to thank my executive for supporting me, supporting PHC, and obviously supporting the community. I also want to thank the coaches who are mothers and fathers to love the young people in our program. So to me, that's very important. I'd like to extend a recognition to the PHC Foundation, who balances our sporting achievements with scholarships, with developing well-rounded individuals. So thank you everyone for your support, and I look forward to your continued support in the years to come. Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely an honor. It's definitely not just me, but we have a team, a very good team at PHC. My executive, they support me, they support the club. All the coaches who are entrenched in the program, who dedicate their lives and who are mothers and fathers to a lot of the kids in the community. So this award is dedicated to them, to move in not just PHC forward, but the community forward.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, first of all, Ashley, it's really a pleasure to have met you for the first time yesterday. Normally when I see you, it's running from Somerset to Hamilton on May 24th. But don't you agree she's an amazing athlete in her own rights? I'm just grateful she let me share the stage with her tonight. Tonight we've seen that we have some phenomenal athletes in Bermuda, tremendous athletes. I was at the back and I felt like doing a high five, doing a 3 cheers. It was just amazing to hear what we're doing here. It's also amazing that we have fantastic parents, committed and dedicated parents, as we heard, that have spent a lifetime making sure that their kids get the best opportunity to excel. But we also have organizations that provide a platform for athletic excellence. So it is with a great pleasure that we introduce our next nomination for our next recipient for a citation award from the sport of track and field.
Our next recipient comes to us from the sport of track and field athletic. In 2010, the Carifta Game Committee, under the direction of their association, made a bid to host one of the greatest athletic events throughout the Caribbean. After working with many of the national sport governing bodies and local government departments, our recipient was able to successfully secure and facilitate an event in Bermuda that would create a euphoric atmosphere of national pride. This annual track and field showcase features over 435 athletes from 26 Caribbean countries and stimulated over 14,000 spectators that attended this 3-day event. Those who attended experienced a first-class event that attracted tourists and athletic fans from all around the world and engaged a host of others who were unable to attend via the internet. In addition to these achievements, our recipient was also responsible for training over 300 officials that would ensure this event was produced at a very high standard. Madam Minister, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is with honor that we tonight salute the 2012 Carifta Games Committee for organizing the 2012 Carifta Games and promoting track and field athletics in Bermuda.
Please put your hands together for the 2012 Carifta Games Committee. Accepting this award is Ms. Donna Watson, President of the Bermuda National Athletics Association.
Good evening once again. I can't accept this award on my own, so anyone sitting in this audience that was part of this Carifta committee, please come forward with me to accept this award. I would first like to thank the public of Bermuda. As you saw from the pictures, every day the stadium was filled to capacity. Our slogan for that year was "Sport brings people together," and we feel that's exactly what happened on those 3 days when we hosted the Carifta Games. Of course, without our sponsors, our volunteers, the event would not have been a success. And once again, I want to thank the Bermuda Government Youth and Sport Department that supported us from start to finish with this event. You could give them a good round of applause. And once again, I'd like to thank my committee. This is not my full committee, but without this committee, again, this event would not have been as successful as it was. Again, we say thank you very much. It feels great to know that all of the hard work that we put in, that we're being honored for it. As you know, to put in an event like that, 3 days, filled stadium, that took a lot of work. I mean, it took us 2 years to pull that together, so this really is an honor.
And tell me real quickly, what's in the future? Are we looking to have this again at some time in the future? I mean, how many years in between can we get it again?
I would love to have it. I would love to have it next year. I'd like to have it the year past, the year after and after, I would love to have a Carifta in Bermuda because I think, as our slogan said, sport brings people together, and we saw it, but unfortunately, it's not in my hands.
Making me so excited, I want to go for a run. I have to finish this first. But that's just an example. It truly does take a village. The volunteers, the parenting, everybody behind the scenes. This doesn't just happen. These athletes don't just happen on their own. That brings us to our third recipient of the Citation Award, who has greatly aided, again, in the development of football.
Our next recipient for a Sports Citation Award can only be described as Mr. Do-It-All. Stanford has been involved with the Bermuda Football Association since 1993, serving on both the management and executive committees. In addition to serving on these committees, he's assumed the position as the field maintenance assistant at the Bermuda National Sports Center located at Frog Lane. Not only dedicated to these committees, Stanford is also devoted to the Devonshire Colts football team, where you will often find him cutting grass, marking fields, and erecting goals. Between 1997 and 2000, our recipient coached players between the age of 8 and 10 years old, and on numerous occasions served as team manager for the national team. That included high-qualified head coaches Kenny Thompson, Keith Tucker, and Andrew Bascom, just to name a few. If there is one person within our organization you will find that will go far and beyond, or over and beyond, the call of duty for the love of their sport, this gentleman is the one. So with that, we say, Madam Minister, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we salute the dedication of Stanford Bean.
Welcome Stanford Bean to the stage.
I'm glad you came.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'd like to thank God, generator, operator, and destroyer of all things that I perceive. I also would like to extend wishes to my significant other, Deidre, my mother, my friends and family who are in the audience, and all of you who have voted for me for this recognition. I will continue my efforts because that's what I believe in. I've pondered something that I'd like to share with you tonight. What is sport? And I think I've defined it. Sport is a strategic partnership for realizing talent. And I'd just like to leave that with you to ponder. Thank you very much. I feel very, very humbled and honored to receive this award. I thank all those who voted for me, specifically the Bermuda Football Association, who has actually provided me the opportunity to actually serve the community. I'm passionate about football. I specifically am involved with the Devonshire Colts, and I'm going to continue my efforts in doing what I do at all levels to continue to see that sport actually continue to strive in the country.
So Ashley, I believe, or I assume you'll be running on May 24th again, making that long journey from one end of the island to the center of the island, yes? I was thinking about doing that myself. Yes. But I realized on May the 23rd, I will pull a muscle. So I've decided to be proactive and not to do it. Now, that's a long way to go on May 24th, and I'm glad that our next recipient doesn't fear longevity. By this, you would know that he has been a stalwart for many years, and at times, he has participated in events that are of great distance.
Our next recipient comes to us from the sport of sailing. Anthony has been actively involved in the Bermuda Optimist Dinghy Association, BODA, for more than 10 years and served as president for 3. And during that period, Anthony used his professional skills to increase the number of young sailors within this program. In addition, Anthony served as the chairman of the 2013 Optimum Championship Regatta, an event that attracted over 156 junior sailors from 18 different countries, designed for sailors 16 years and older. Our recipient's dedication to the sport of sailing is a second to none, and his attitude towards organizing events within the Optimist Dinghy Association has been labeled nothing less than first class. Madam Minister, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we tonight salute the dedication of Anthony Bailey to the sport of sailing.
Good evening, everyone. I'd be lying to say I was not surprised, or I'm not surprised. But let me say this here. Most of you know me from cricket, football, track and field, other events. But sailing, we live on an island. This is Bermuda, water. There are lots of young sailors out there that, given the opportunity to explore the water, they can go beyond what they can currently think. So for me, being recognized here, it was just not me. There was a committee behind me, just like Donna said, with her people. But to bring the North Americans to Bermuda was something that my children, they actually participated in. And I thought, hey, let's bring it back to Bermuda, because it had been a long time since sailing had come back to Bermuda. So all I can say is thank you very much to those who actually put my name forward. I will find out who you are, because it's definitely a surprise, but I do appreciate it very much. And for those young children out there, whether you're in primary school or even adults, take to the water, because this is Bermuda. It's an island, and it will open up many, many doors for you. So thank you. This is an excellent opportunity for Bermuda. Having the America's Cup come to Bermuda, definitely the largest sailing event ever to actually grace the shores of Bermuda. I've been watching the America's Cup for a number of years, from the time they used the single hull boats to the catamaran, trimaran, and now we've got the, I call them scream machines when they're out there. I hope all of Bermuda comes out to support the America's Cup, because it is definitely one of those events that it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I think all children who see this here, they will etch that in their memories. For the adults that see this, they'll say, wow, this is something great. It's great to have this event come to Bermuda. And hopefully, just like we did with golf, we can bring the America's Cup back to Bermuda, because it's truly an event that Bermudians should enjoy. Bermuda is surrounded by water, and the waters are beautiful. You can sail year-round here. So anyone out there who's afraid of the water, get in a boat, get out there and enjoy it, because sailing is here. From young to old, you can sail and you can enjoy yourself. And here again, thank you very much for those who supported me. Thank you.
Our final recipient tonight of the Citation Award is acknowledged for his numerous contributions to the sport of cricket.
Our final recipient comes to us from the sport of cricket. Alan, with an accomplished cricket career, has been named one of only a few batsmen that has scored over 1,000 runs in the Eastern County cricket matches. Awarded this prestigious title of MVP during the 1983 Cup Match Classic, Alan has been a team member for the St. George Cricket Club for 6 years. Our recipient's accomplishments in cricket are not only confined to the field, but also behind the desk. In the past, Alan has served as the first and second vice president of the Bermuda Cricket Board for over 8 years. During this period, he was responsible for the development of the domestic cricket club and officiating. On top of all this, Alan was also part of the administrative team that saw Bermuda qualify for the 2007 World Cup. Our recipient's dedication to the sport of cricket spans over 30 years, and with this dedication, Madam Minister, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is with honor that we tonight salute the accomplishments of Alan Richardson.
Let's welcome Alan Richardson to the stage.
That's just how I feel.
think this is one of the few times I've actually been speechless. It's certainly very humbling to get an award such as this and to be and share the stage with some of the exciting athletes and sponsors that have graced this stage. I almost feel like this is the Oscars and I should be thanking my director and my producer. But you know, my wife told me last week, she said that, Alan, we have to go up to Southampton Princess on Saturday. And I said, well, do I have to go? She says, well, you have to go because they're going to give a presentation to Wendell Smith and that you're going to have to say something about him. So I said, Wendell Smith, you mean Wendell Smith, the second best opening bats in Bermuda? The second best cup match commentator? That Wendell Smith? She said, yes, of course. I said, I'll do it then. No, but sincerely, to the committee, I am certainly very much appreciative of this award and highly humbled. I will make sure that this citation certainly finds the appropriate spot on my wall, on my man cave. My only one regret as I take my seat is that I now have to go and sit beside Wendell Smith, and he's going to tell me he got this award before me. But nevertheless.
More sports awards after these messages.